So traders, a lot of people that have been investing in the mining stocks right now and also silver and gold are getting really, really frustrated. They're like, what the hell is going on? Are we actually entering into a bear market, or are we eventually going to see a big bull market? What's really going on? I'm confused. So I want to share with a bit of a light on you guys, actually in the mining stocks or in silver and gold, especially gold, and the way that I'm personally viewing these markets on a fundamental level, but also a technical level, and some things to look out for. And there's one interesting pattern that I've been looking at for the last few days. I'm like, all right, I want to share it with you guys. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, traders, before I get started, I want to give you guys free access to my trading course. I just want to help you guys out. So if you go to johnsfreegift.com, there should be a link in the description there. Just go to do that right now. In this trading course, there's actually 4 phases. First one is the foundation to your success. If you've been trading for a while right now and you're not getting ahead, phase number 1 is for you. If you look at the learn chart reading, amazing chart reading strategies, phase number 2 is for you. Phase number 3, my top trading system. Phase number 4 is what I call the X factor in your trading. This is a full, complete, brand new trading course, guys. Go to johnsfreegift.com, or there should be a link in the description. Free access, and start to learn that. Now, let's actually get straight into these markets here. One thing that I'm noticing time and time again when it comes to these markets, and I've got that interesting pattern that I want to share with you that's happening with these markets here, is that one thing I'm noticing when it comes to silver and gold investors is that the first thing I want to cover is the cycle of human psychology around these markets and how we can use that for our advantage to trade the market. John, English? Put in the comment section below, it's a great day. If you're happy to be alive today, guys, if you're just, even though things are not perfect, if you're happy to be alive today, to experience and what this life has to offer, just put in the comment section below, it's a great day. I think it's a great day, regardless of whether what's happening financially, it's a great day. But let me actually explain what I mean here is this, okay? The psychology of the human herd is always a barometer of what we should be doing. Now, not what they're doing, but the opposite to what they're doing. John, again, I said English. Let me explain what I mean here. Something that has happened throughout time, throughout history, and this is something that a herd mentality, if you are what I call the 97%er, and if you're part of the 97%er, which means you're a herd mentality where you wait for everyone else to get in, and then you see the market get in, you're still not getting in, and you see the market going up, and now everyone's making money, now you jump in, right? You're part of the 97%er, right? You are likely to not do well because you're a herd mentality. You're likely to follow everyone else. You are doing what I call buying high, selling low. What do? We buy low, sell high, right? We don't buy when everyone else is. But unfortunately, a lot of people have this herd mentality around, wait for everyone else to get in, wait for the market to show me it's going to go up, and then when it goes up, then I'm going to get in, right? That's the mentality. Unfortunately, when it comes to investing in the markets, or actually doing anything really in general, is that by the time the news is saying, this is so good, by the time your neighbor is saying, Bitcoin is so amazing at 60,000, I just made $500,000, my mate, right? By the time he's saying that, guess what? It's too late. But that's when most people they're jumping in. And so if we do that, we are always going to be buying high, selling low. And we're always going to be behind. Now, guys, this is just, you can ignore reality, but you can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. This is the reality of how the markets work. And it takes the 3%er, the leader, to say, okay, this is what most people are doing, I'm going to do the opposite. Now, guys, how I'm going to relate this back to gold is just a minute, okay? So just bear with me. People go, John, shut up. Get to the good news, the bad news, just give it to me. Just bear with me, okay, guys? Because I really want to try to help. My goal is not just to share this stuff with you when it comes to gold and silver, but across all markets: property, oil, mining stocks, stock market, tech stocks, bank stocks. It's like throughout history, throughout history, if something is happening like that, then it's like, okay, what do I do here? What do I do here, right? So when we're looking at the markets and when we're trading the markets, if we are always waiting for the market to tell us, okay, it's a good time to get in, and then everyone is talking about it, guess what? You'll probably be buying at the top. Now, guys, again, that's actually just reality of how the markets work. So, but you can ignore reality, but you can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. You know what I mean? And again, if you don't like it, well, what I just said to you there, they are called, as Jim Rohn says, the facts, right? It's called the facts. So we can either, okay, this is the reality, and I need to start changing the way that I'm looking at these markets if I want to do well long term. I'm all about creating leaders that do well long term out of these markets, and not just short term. That's why I do like this in-depth sort of stuff here and what I'm talking about here, because I want you guys to do well, not just in the mining sector or gold and silver. I want you guys to crush it for the rest of your life. So maybe next year something comes up when everyone is talking about it, like Bitcoin was. We can learn from that. So, okay, last time this happened, this is what happened in history, right? And we can reverse engineer that back to say, okay, when was the best time to buy the market? Oh, when everyone was fearful. Oh, so maybe 2 years down the track, we may be seeing, I don't know, the crypto sector going absolutely hammered and everyone's fleeing from the crypto sector. Maybe that's the best time to buy. You know what I mean? I'm not saying don't buy crypto right now. Do you know what I'm saying here? So let's actually reverse engineer that back to where we are right now when it comes to the psychology of the human psychology of way people are thinking about gold and silver. How are they thinking about it? Oh my goodness. It is just people are what? People are selling out. And I know for a fact, the last few months, people have been selling out of gold to buy Bitcoin. And now they're just like, oh my goodness. At least if I just stayed in gold, I'd be break even, or be maybe just slightly down if I did buy it in the last 12 months. But I bought Bitcoin at 50, 60,000 and now it's at 30. Now I don't know what's going to happen with Bitcoin right now moving forward. It could probably race up to 100 grand. I don't know. But the point I'm trying to say here, guys, is that that most people right now, that the psychology around gold is people are frustrated. People are getting out of gold. People are saying, gold is useless. The mining stocks right now are actually getting quite hammered. So people are fleeing from the building. People are starting to get really, really, really fearful about the mining sector, about gold, right? They're getting really, really, really fearful. So this is where the opposite comes into it when it comes to these markets. I'm not saying we're not likely to see any more downside out of gold and silver in the short term. Over the next few months, guys, we could get that, right? We could get what I call a shake and bake. So, but what I truly believe is that right now is the best time to be investing into sectors. Oh no, any time out there, the best time to be investing where you're going to buy and hold for many years is when no one wants anything to do with it. Guess what? No one talks about gold. No one talks about the mining sector. Guess what everyone talks about? Or everyone was talking about. Guess what? It's good, the crypto market, right? So if we're looking to jump on that next bull move, a lot of people, when it comes to gold, they're like, you know what? When the market starts to go up, then I'll jump on the next. When the market starts to go up, then I'll get into it. But unfortunately, by the time that happens, you're going to miss out on half the bull market. I don't know where the bottom is in gold right now, but what I do know is the human psychology, which goes through cycles. We go through, what the hell am I doing? What the hell am I doing? Right? You know yourself, right? You've been there before. What the hell am I doing? What the hell am I doing? And when we look at something like here with gold, I know people look at, look at this here. What the hell am I doing? What the hell am I doing? Right? You get these swings in human emotions. And as Warren Buffett says, especially when it comes to gold, that the market is a transfer of wealth from those who are patient or those who are impatient to the people who are patient. And when we're looking at gold here right now, I don't know when the big bull market is, but by looking at what is happening right now fundamentally with inflation, you think inflation's transitory. I don't think so. I don't buy that for one iota, right? You know, whenever has the Fed said something and they're actually believing their old bullshit, right? It is not transitory. It may be flattening out, but we're getting ready for another big boom, right? Do you think they're going to stop printing money? Do you think they're going to stop putting trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in people's hands? No, right? If you look over history, go watch Mike Maloney's Hidden Secrets of Money. I think it's episode number 7, right? He talks about how history gives this as they can either shut down government, let the free market take over, find a balance there, and then move forward. Or the government can just keep buying up everything and print the currency into oblivion. Guess what? History gives this as a 0 that they're going to let the free market take over, and history gives us a probability of 100% that they're going to keep printing money. Guess what eventually is going to happen? Right? Guess what eventually is going to happen to gold? Here's the thing, and I want you to explain it. I want you to think about this here. This is the way that I'm thinking about it. Firstly, inflation. You think inflation's, inflation's going to be crazy. Anyway, so let's have a look at this here. The way that I think about with the printing of money, right? If you think about a well, right? Here is you. And yes, I did major in art. Right there, right? And there's the... right? And we are very, 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 very happy, right? And then we have, what do we have over here? We have a... Let's actually do this here. And it actually goes down into here. And guess what this is? This is what? This is a well. This is a water well. And think about this here for a minute. This is the way that I think about when it comes to gold and so on and so forth. Because I believe there's going to come a time and day where gold's going to snap and we're going to be at like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Now, not in one day, but over the next 10 years, we could probably see some astronomical moves out there. And the one thing about, before I get into this analogy here, right, about gold, and I want you to think about this when the way that you're positioning gold, is that... I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, back to the... oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is that any time in period when the market's not doing it, this is when people are getting really, 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 really frustrated. This is when you should be getting really, really, really excited, because the more the market goes quiet, the faster the market goes up. That's exactly what happened with Bitcoin, guys. Right? This is the way the markets work. Even Bitcoin did nothing for 2 years, 2.5 years. Did nothing. Just sideways, range bound, down to 5,000, up to 10,000, down to 3,000, up to 12,000, right? Did that. And then guess what? 6 months, boom, went to 60,000. That's what's like to happen with gold, right? Put in, gold in the chat box below if you're seen, or if you'd like that to happen, right? So anyway, back to the analogy with gold, right? When it comes to the dollar, because as we know, dollar, right? So I'm having a good old time here. Monday morning, getting ready for the week. So we have a dollar here, right? The dollar here is obviously the printing of money. And what happens initially is that this guy over here is obviously what? He's printing, he's all the water down here, and he's trying to get into the bucket, right? He's trying to get the water in here into the bucket here. And so he starts to pump. He starts to pump the well. He starts to pump it and pump it and pump it and pump it. And guess what? He's pumping it. And it slowly starts to come up, and he keeps pumping it. And it keeps pumping it. And it keeps pumping it. And it keeps pumping it. And nothing's happening, right? When we're not getting really any big devaluations of the dollar, so to speak, right? AKA, we keep printing money, 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 keep printing money. What did they say for the last 10 years? What was the whole thing? Oh, well, and I saw everyone, right? The last 10 years, because they printed money and it didn't cause inflation, guess what? It's not going to cause inflation this time. Oh my goodness, inflation's out of control. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, back to what I was saying here about the right. So that it's pumping and 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 printing money 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 and pumping and pumping and printing and printing. And this is what's going to happen to the dollar, right? This is what's going to happen to the dollar. And this is why guys who hold gold as more of a wealth generator, more long-term investing, probably even 10 years, have that view, maybe even longer. This is what I believe is going to happen. And then we're pumping, and then we're pumping, and then we're pumping, and nothing's happening, right? And nothing's happening, and nothing's happening, nothing's happening, nothing's happening, right? Nothing's happening. And then guess what? Out of nowhere, whoosh, all the water starts coming out, and we start to fill up, and then and then guess what? And at this time here, the Fed's not now slowing down the pumping, because okay, things are working now, things are happening. Guess what? They just get this arm too, and they start to put it over here too. Then they start to pump, and now the water starts to overflow so much, and then the bucket drops. Guess what the bucket dropping means? Dollar. There's going to come a point in time where there's so much money out there, so much currency out there, that I believe that it's inflation and all that sort of stuff. And the more we're going to do, the more we're doing this, the more we print. Now, this guy's, what I'm saying here could take another 2 or 3 years to unfold. It could be this year. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, for me personally, I see gold doing what Bitcoin did from 10,000 to 60,000 in 6 months. I see gold doing similar things, but it may start next month. I don't know. But there's going to come a point in time on a fundamental level that eventually they're going to say, oh my goodness, we have put too much money into the system, too much current in the system. Inflation's going nuts. We're going to start putting on the brakes. Right? And then that's when things are going to start to go haywire. And then we're going to get what Ray Dalio says is we're probably going to get a 30% drop in the dollar quite quickly. Right? And then we know what's going to happen then, right? Then after all this, what's the end of the story? We're going to go to a digital dollar. We know the digital dollar is coming. So to me, I see them doing this. This is what they're doing right now. They're starting to get the overflow of things start to work out, right? But guess what they're doing? They're saying, nah, screw it. Let's actually use the other hand and let's actually keep printing right now and print. And they're going to keep printing. They're still doing it right now. Right, they're still doing it right now, and they're not going to stop. They're going to print the currency into oblivion. You think they're going to pay this debt back? No, there's going to be defaults. There's going to be what's already happening around the world, right? Just crazy. Anyway, so for people who are watching and people are in gold right now, and they're seeing what gold is doing right now, I really want you to think about this from a patient point of view. You will be rewarded. What for the patience that you need to have on a day-by-day basis. If you're what I call a bumblebee, right? And if you're a bumblebee, what I mean by that, you get in today and then 2 days later or a week later, you're freaking out because the market's not going for your favor. You're operating in the wrong fashion when you're involved with gold or even some of the mining sector right now. Wrong. Especially the gold junior stocks. But there's going to come a point in time, especially the gold junior stocks, especially that GDXJ chart. I've talked about that in the past. But there's going to come a point in time where that GDXJ chart and gold and silver and all that sort of stuff, we are going to see one of the astronomical moves we've ever seen. Right? But guess what? I don't know when that's going to happen. And you need to have that mentality. Because guess what? People like me, I wasn't in on the Bitcoin bandwagon. Right, but I know a lot of people who were just patient through 2 years, right? 2 years. We have just done 1 year of doing nothing here of gold, right? Gold has really done nothing. It hasn't gone down, it hasn't gone up. It's just really gone sideways. Slide down, slide up, right? We're just basically going sideways through here. This to me is building a massive energy base. Massive energy base. It's building and building and building before we explode. And by the time, and just like with Bitcoin, right? When it goes, it's going to be too late by the time you recognize it. And so those who are part of gold right now, and this goes for silver, and I believe this goes for a lot of the mining stocks, but not every mining stock, guys, because, the mining stocks, I believe, are a different kettle of fish. But I believe once this thing starts to go, especially the gold junior mining stocks, I believe they are going to just absolutely make astronomical moves. Now, the way that you position this is that, guys, I'm in gold, I'm in silver, I'm in the mining sector right now. I'm in it, right? So, but the way that I'm playing it is a long-term view. I don't know when the thing's going to pop. I don't know when we're going to see the 10 to 65 like Bitcoin did. We are going to see that. It may be starting next month in gold. I don't know. But you trying to predict and pick the bottom and all that sort of stuff is going to rob you from you experiencing one of the greatest bull markets we're ever going to see in history. Right? You think Bitcoin's big. Wait till you see gold. But I don't know when that's going to happen. And those who were patient and just letting the market do its thing when it comes to Bitcoin, guess what? They got rewarded. So in 2 years time frame or 5 years time frame, you can look back and say, you know what? Because I was patient, we've portion of my portfolio. Guys, I only have maybe 20%. 20% of my portfolio is right now in gold, silver, mining stocks. Okay, I'm in all the other markets as well too, right? I'm in trading opportunities right now. I'm in tech sector as well too. So I mean other markets as well. But there's going to come a point in time where you're going to look back and say, you know what? Thank God I sat through all this, just not much going on, because now I'm being rewarded. The patience in these markets is going to be rewarded. I don't know when this well situation is going to really hop and the bucket's going to drop, aka the dollar, which is going to be a pushing force on here. But the other side that I see what's happening here with the dollar is, guess what? When we go to a digital currency, we need some value. And once again, I believe in history. I believe in cycles. And if you guys that are old enough, you know everything just goes in cycles. What was is not what is, but what was is what's likely to be. And what do I mean by that? What was what? A gold standard. Right, we had gold backing this thing called dollar, and then we just had the dollar with no gold standard. So to me, if we're going to go through a new standard called the digital dollar, to me it actually makes sense if we're going to go through a gold backing digital dollar. So it's actually going to sounds like there's actually some sort of value behind this dollar. We're going to go back to having value behind what we have in our hands instead of really just a piece of paper, right? Because we went through a value. What we have in our hands is value to really no value, just whatever they print. To now we're going to go through another value. That's just what I believe in this here. So guys, leave a comment in the chat box below, and put in the words "boom goes gold." Boom goes gold, right? Boom goes gold, and boom goes gold is for a few things. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not a bumblebee. I'm not a bumblebee. Put that in the chat and put no. That's what I want you to put in the comment section. I'm not a bumblebee. I'm not a bumblebee. I'm not a bumblebee. I'm not a bumblebee. All right? I want you to put that because that's going to show me that you're part of the 3%, because you're still here right now watching this. So you're the 3%ers, right? So big thumbs up. Put in the comment section below. I'm not a bumblebee. And because bumblebees, right? Guess what? They're getting out, and they're not going to be rewarded for what's likely to happen over the next few years. All right. And then also leave a comment in the section below and let me know what you think about what I've talked about today. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'm up to all sides. This is just the way that I'm seeing it right now. As new information comes in over the next 6 months, 12 months, I'm obviously going to reassess. But right now, guys, this is the big picture of what I'm seeing right now. This is how I'm in gold as well. And I hope this helps you out. And I'll speak to you real soon. Hey traders, I'm giving away 100% free access to my brand new breakthrough full trading course. This is 8 videos over 10 hours of pure amazing and powerful strategies. This is my most powerful systems and strategies that I've used for the last 16 years, and I'm giving it away for free. So this is what I want you to do right now. I want you to go to johnsfreegift.com, or there should be a link around here somewhere, a button or in the description or somewhere in there. Click on that and you can go get free access to my brand new breakthrough trading course. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now. Go to that right now, guys. You can get full, complete, free membership access. Go do that right now.